The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United, a very special edition. We have a guest, Miss Steph Chen, one of the co-founders of Anyday Cookware, and we'll be talking with her in just a few minutes. So let me tell you, everybody else is here. We got Brittany. Did you get unmuted, Britt?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Then we got Pedro. He's back there pushing buttons, trying to make things happen for us. Good morning, Pedro.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
And then we have Miss Renee Redminster hanging out with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
So good morning, Steph. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Well, we are very, very, very happy to have you and look forward to, communicate with you, learning more about any day. I'm sorry. I always mess that up. I'm sorry.
That's a common mistake. That's understandable.
Right. So, but it really sounds like some really, really good, interesting stuff. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been kind of a wild ride since we started. We started about 3.5, almost 4 years ago. And who would have thought that cooking in the microwave would take off as much as it has? But it kind of makes sense because it makes cooking so much faster and so much easier.
Yeah, Renee was just explaining some of that to me before we went on the air. And I was under the impression that, well, I guess it's safe to use this on the stove and whatnot, but it's preferred to use it in the microwave?
It's microwave and oven safe, but not
Okay.
stovetop safe. So
Okay.
great for use and freezer safe, fridge safe, all that stuff. But it's very, very multifunctional. It's essentially just like at its simplest core, the Anyday is a frosted glass dish with a glass lid with a silicone rim that helps trap all the steam inside. So it's great for storing food, reheating food in the microwave, and even cooking in the microwave too.
Okay. So anyway, Steph, I've actually put together a list of questions. So me and Renee, we're going to tag team you here.
Perfect.
So the first question I have is, can you tell us the story about Anyday Cookware?
Yeah. It's funny. It's some things are very serendipitous, totally unexpected, sort of how I got here. I didn't grow up particularly loving cooking in the microwave. I, used it just like everyone else does to reheat food, reheat coffee maybe. But I didn't have I didn't know anything that I didn't even know it was possible to cook food from scratch in the microwave until just probably 5 years ago. And I sort of stumbled upon this discovery very serendipitously. We had a prototype of this glass bowl with this glass lid, and we were thinking about making just like a glass food storage container. And then one day we decided, hey, what would happen if we put raw chicken inside this thing and actually cooked it from scratch in the microwave, and then maybe we finish it in the oven just to get that nice brown top, right? And lo and behold, the chicken came out of the microwave and it was so juicy and tender. And we were essentially blown away by this discovery. because again, I had never even heard of cooking in the microwave before. I ended up doing a lot of research about it, and I discovered that all of these food. I'm a big foodie, and I love to cook. I love to eat. And I discovered that all of like my favorite food writers and recipe creators had already talked about how great it was to cook in the microwave and in all these various articles, but no one really knew about it. And so it was people like Chef David Chang and Kenji Lopez Alt and Mark Bittman. And essentially, I found out that you can do so much in the microwave if you have the right tools to do that. And so we set out to create essentially what would be cookware that would be safe, and not just safe, but very is deliberately designed to cook in the microwave, and also be great as like a serving device and a storage device too. And so we launched in 2021, and the product has taken off by in a very short period of time, and sort of unknowingly, I wasn't sure that we were going to be able to get people on board with cooking in the microwave. But yeah, as I was saying, it makes a lot of sense because the thing that everyone in the world basically struggles with the most is they don't have enough time to cook, right? It takes effort, it takes planning, it takes just so much time, and active time, and sitting by the stove and stirring the pot and all that stuff to be able to make a meal. And we essentially are providing a way for people to cook that is so much faster and easier, and importantly is very hands off, and is very safe too. So that type of cooking has really resonated with everybody, and has also sort of led us to you guys as well.
Great.
Steph, how does Anyday Cookware stand out from other cookware brands on the market?
Well, I would say it's sort of untraditional cookware in a sense. Like it's even almost hard to categorize into one particular category. Like, is it cookware? Is it storageware? Is it bakeware? Is it serveware? It's interesting because it's actually like the only product out there that very much feels and lives at home in all of those different environments, in a prep environment, in cooking, whether you're serving or storing or reheating. It feels like it was particularly designed for each of those things. Whereas normal cookware, especially of course on the stove, that is, you're just cooking in it, and maybe you can serve in it, but you're definitely not going to store in that in the fridge, for example. So there's much more versatility to the Anyday, I would say, than anything else. And even if you compare it to, like, I would say there are other pieces of microwave cookware on the market, but if you take a look at them, if you go on Amazon, they're almost all made of plastic. And if I've learned anything about the microwave, it's that the one thing that is actually unsafe about the microwave is if you put plastic in it. And so I choose to not put plastic in the microwave for my family. And it looks like there's a lot of research out there recently that shows that plastic in the microwave is very harmful to the body. So we're very proud that the Anyday is plastic free. It's just made out of glass, silicone, and stainless steel, which incidentally can go in the microwave.
Well, I tell you a personal side, I find it so beautiful and so elegant. I'm a little nervous to use it anywhere else except for the microwave. It's just gorgeous. It's like
That's so nice. Have you ever tried it in the oven?
That's what I'm afraid of. I mean, I know,
Yeah.
I believe you guys. It's just, I don't want to wreck it, but I do use it in the microwave and the refrigerator. I just, if I'm not done with all of my food,
Yes.
just put it in the refrigerator. It's very easy.
That's the perfect use case.
All right. Okay. So accessibility is a main priority for Blind United. So how does Anyday Cookware fit into that angle?
Absolutely. It wasn't, it sort of surprised me how many comments we started getting from consumers since launch. And people were telling us all kinds of stories about, they were helping a family member, they bought this for a family member who really prioritized accessibility. And it really struck me that it is an awesome cooking device for really anybody. And that's because, in part, just because the nature of the microwave itself, right? So being able to cook in the microwave means that you can put some food in. Let's say you're making broccoli, which is what I made last night. You just simply put raw broccoli in the dish and give it a little rinse, put the lid on, and then put in the microwave for a couple of minutes, maybe with whatever seasoning you want, salt, garlic, whatever. And then the microwave does the cooking for you, right? So there's no open flame, of course, right? Because it's just the microwave, and it's fully hands off. Like, you don't have to um, be by the kitchen. You can just kind of let it go, and you can trust that the microwave will actually be cooking consistently every single time. So you just have to set the time right. So after, let's say, 2 minutes is done, you just take it out of the microwave and you've got perfectly steamed broccoli. So from an accessibility standpoint, that is totally game changing, because now all of a sudden you don't have to rely on the stove to be able to cook. You can just, in a hands off, no open flame way, be able to cook all kinds of things, whether that is vegetables, or something I make a lot is rice and pasta and salmon and chicken in the microwave.
Okay, okay. I mean, I get it, yeah, because I met many people that they don't like dealing with the stove tops. Either they don't like the flame or they don't like the
Yep.
electric.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, they're just scared of the actual stove top itself.
Right.
They
Right.
either prefer the microwave or the oven or something like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of makes sense, because it's like, if it's just about an amount of time, like, so our website has tons and tons of recipes. We've fully tested in our test kitchen here in California. And we give you the ability to adjust your microwave, or adjust the what you're cooking. Let's say you're cooking broccoli and you're cooking 2 cups of broccoli, but your microwave is a 1200-watt microwave, which makes a difference. Then our recipe will adjust the cook times automatically, so that you know how much time to cook it at, and you can feel confident that you're going to get a really good result. So, that from that perspective, you can just put the food into the microwave for that amount of time, and you can feel super confident that you're going to get a really, really good results, as opposed to, like, even if you're using an electric stove, you're still it's still a lot of futzing. It's still a lot of
right,
things that you have to do to make sure that you're cooking for the right amount of time at the right heat level and all of this stuff. And the microwave, in a sense, sort of gives you if you do it right and with the right cookware, it gives you sort of a guidebook to be able to have great results every time.
right. So you're saying the recipes within the website actually give you the various time adjustments
Exactly.
depending on the wattage of
Exactly.
your microwave. Okay, that's
Exactly.
great to know.
Even if you're cooking, if it's you can be cooking something very, very simple, like just a simple ingredient like asparagus or broccoli or rice. And we've also got more full recipes too. So if you wanted to make, this is also simple, but mashed potatoes or polenta, or salmon with, teriyaki sauce, and stuff like that.
Okay, okay.
Steph, what inspired you to choose Blind United as your Giving Tuesday partner this year?
Oh, we're so excited to partner with you guys. So for those of you that don't know, on Giving Tuesday, which is amazingly coming up tomorrow already, Anyday will be donating 5% of our sales to Blind United. So we got introduced to you guys through one of our Anyday community members, and our general manager Danielle was on the Cooking Without Looking show, Renee's show, and we got introduced to Blind United, and think that what you guys are doing is really cool, and it fits very nicely in the Anyday mission and sort of the value that we think that consumers can bring.
Okay.
And we have a few comments.
Go ahead.
Carol wants to know, able to cook on the microwave sounds well and all that. She wants to know, once the cooking is done, does the pot come extremely hot, or you must let it cool down?
That's a great question. It does get hot when you're cooking in the microwave, and that's actually the reason it gets hot is actually because the ingredients inside the bowl get hot, and that's what ends up making the glass hot. But the microwave itself is not making the glass hot. It's not impacting glass, it's only impacting the food. But we always recommend using oven mitts, or we sell these little microwave mitts as well that work really well. It's sort of actually, it's almost exactly like you would think about an oven. So for an oven, when something is done cooking, you would always use oven mitts, and we would recommend that as well.
Okay, thank you. And also one more question from Monica. Do you sell this product in stores or only through the website?
We sell it in 2 stores right now. So one is Williams-Sonoma. We were lucky to be able to partner with Williams-Sonoma starting just about a year ago. So it's in many Williams-Sonoma stores. That is it's called, it's like a limited edition color. It's called an onyx. The onyx color, it's like a matte black glass color. And otherwise, in some Costco stores in Northern California, we also sell the Anyday, and that is the clear frosted glass.
Okay.
But online, we sell it on our website. We also sell it on Amazon, and a few other places as well.
Okay. So the next question is, how do you hope that this partnership with Anyday and Blind United will, what is my question? I'm sorry.
Impact the blind and
Okay.
visually impaired community.
Right, affect the blind and visually impaired community.
Yeah, I think it could be game changing, honestly. I think it's so important to me. I mean, the reason why we started Anyday to begin with was to make cooking so much easier and more accessible for people, no matter who you are, whether you are a new college student or buying your first apartment, or you are a busy working mom with new kids, which is like me, or you're an empty nester and you only want to cook for one person, or you're visually impaired and you like, you know, great cooking and great food for, and make it really accessible for you. It's really something that I can genuinely say is designed for everybody to use. And it gives me a lot of gratification, like the reason I wake up in the morning every day. And I'm excited about Anyday is because it changes the cooking game for so many people out there. And not to say that you have to, that I recommend only cooking with your microwave. I just think that like the microwave is a tool that most people don't know about, to be able to cook food from scratch. And amazingly, it's in like 95% of Americans' households. So almost
Right.
everybody has a microwave, but it's just that they are using it primarily to reheat food only, which is in my opinion such a tragedy, such a loss, because there's so much more that can be done with it, and so you're essentially just making better use of something that you already have in your kitchen.
Why do you think Giving Tuesday is such an important movement for businesses and communities, Steph?
I think it's I think it's so important because I think when you're in the day-to-day thick of things, and running a business, especially a small business with a small team, it can be easy to lose sight of what's important. And holiday spirit coming up, but it's a great reminder that to anchor yourself in why we do what we do. And Giving Tuesday is a great forcing function for us to all take a step back and take a look around and see what are we doing this for. And yeah, we're so honored to partner with Blind United to be able to do that.
Well, and again, we appreciate you. We really do. So, could you share some specific features that make it easier for blind and visually impaired users to use the product?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I think there are certain features about the bowl that just make cooking in the microwave a great experience. So one is that the lid has that silicone rim around it, that is able to trap steam inside the dish. And that in the microwave is what's the most important to be able to keep your food very, very moist. Otherwise, if you didn't have a good lid, then the water from your food would evaporate really quickly, and the texture of your food wouldn't be that great anymore. So that's sort of a feature just universally for everybody. I think from an accessibility standpoint, there are a couple other things that make it really great. So one is the shape of the bowl itself. It sort of has this like angular silhouette to it. And that essentially allows for easy access to the bowl and easy gripping of the bowl, no matter where the microwave is in your kitchen. Sometimes people's microwaves are very, very high, and sometimes they're very, very low. And so that makes it really easy. And another thing is we chose to make the bowl out of frosted glass, frosted borosilicate glass. And the reason why it's frosted is there's a couple reasons why it's frosted. One is that it's a great serving dish, looks nice on the dinner table, but there's actually a functional reason for it too, which is the frosting actually helps people grip the bowl more easily. So when you're taking things in and out of the microwave, it's important to not have the bowl slip out of your hands, because you're holding a bowl of hot glass food, right? And so that makes it very, very secure in your hands as well.
Right, right. I did feel the tactile texture of it, like you said, the
Yeah,
frosting of it. Yeah, it does make it definitely makes it a lot easier to hold on to.
right, right.
Steph, are there any plans to further improve the accessibility of any anyday products in the future?
That's a great question. We're always thinking about new ways of doing things, and there are certain other bowls, shapes, sizes, features that we are considering in the future. One of them is handles that we're sort of in progress with. So keep this on the down low. But we do think that handles in the product would make it um, it would be probably a different line, but it would make it easier in many ways, from a cooking perspective and a serving perspective. It'd probably be a little bit worse on the storage perspective, just because it's hard to store things with handles on it. But lots of people have, a need for even more easy in and out of the microwave, for example, especially if it's a hot dish.
Right. Okay, so my next one is, how do you guys gather feedback to assure that your product meets the needs of all users?
We get it from all different kinds of places. One of them, the most obvious one, is probably reviews from people. So people who leave reviews on our site, on Amazon, we read, I literally read every single one of them because it comes into my email inbox the second that it comes in. So I'm very, very clued in on what our consumers are saying, the good and the bad, and the things that could be improved. And yeah, as I said, it gives me so much gratification to be able to see that our product is making a difference in so many people's lives. And it's also such a great way to stay close to how people are feeling about the product. So reviews is a great way. Another way is that we send a lot of emails, and a lot of the emails are we encourage people to respond to them. So an email coming from me or from Danielle, our general manager, or Lauren, our head of marketing, um, people respond to those emails, and those get shared with the group, with the whole team on our internal Slack channels. And it's great to see what people have to say about the product.
Okay.
Steph, as the founder, what has been your most rewarding part of building Anyday Cookware?
Hmm. There are a lot, I have to say. It's been a very, very rewarding journey overall. Um, I think it's when I happen to come across, I'm talking to sort of a random person or a stranger, and they're asking what I do, and I tell them that, we started this product and this brand called Anyday, and when they recognize it and they tell me that it has changed their lives, that is amazing to me. The fact that somebody I didn't know before heard about our brand and product from somewhere else, and it made a difference to them, not just because they know me or they know someone on the team, or they were introduced it in some way, but from on their own, it sort of made a difference to them. And that to me is an indication that there are so many other people out there that have that kind of story. Whether it is someone with high accessibility needs, whether it is really anyone, any type of consumer out there, we hear all the time how important the any day is to them, and how they couldn't live without it, or how they couldn't imagine cooking XYZ any other method from here on out. That is the most amazing to me.
Okay. Next, what challenges have you faced in creating an inclusive set of cookware, and how did you overcome them?
Hmm, these are great questions. It was important to me to design something that worked for everybody. And that's why it was so important for me that the product can feel at home in that prep, cook, serve, store, reheat environment, because that is sort of like the maximum. People get the maximum use of the product, so the most bang for their buck, and also it makes the product much more usable and accessible for everybody as well. It was tough to come up with that design. It was not particularly easy, even though sort of looking backwards in hindsight, it looks like a very simple product. It kind of looks like something that's like, oh, well, like why hasn't anyone done this before? Um, and I'm proud that that is the case for the any day. But yeah, even choosing all the particular materials, right? So choosing to do the frosted glass instead of clear glass, choosing to have the stainless steel. The metal in the rim was a very it was a controversial decision amongst the team at the time. Lots of people think that you can't put any metal in the microwave, and actually, you can put some metal in the microwave. It just depends on how the metal is shaped, and making sure that it's essentially smooth and curved and round all the way through. So, like, not like the tines of a fork, for example, would not be safe in a microwave, but the anyday lid is, of course. Um, so those were tough decisions to come to. But I think all of the decisions that we made ended up making the product the best that it can be.
Steph, how do you see Anyday Cookware evolving in the next 5 years?
I think we will always be about cooking that I think we will always be about products that make cooking easier, faster, and more accessible. I don't think that will change per se. I think we have room to play in a couple other areas too, whether that is, and it could be sort of other categories, potentially moving towards stovetop cookware, potentially moving towards appliances, um, and of course, other formats and variations of the sort of original glass Anyday dish itself. We just released a square dish last month, month and a half ago, that is really, really popular. And it just goes to show that, people need more of this in their lives. Essentially, what we're seeing from consumers is that people are replacing all of their glass or plastic, actually definitely plastic Tupperware with Anydays, because they're so useful in so many different ways. So similar to how people have lots of different pieces of Tupperware in their cabinets, now it looks like they would like lots of different pieces of Anydays. So gives us kind of permission to be able to make more sizes, which I'm excited about. What do you guys
Okay.
think? Where do you guys think we should go? Is there any particular product requests? Any things that you're interested in?
I mean, off the top of my head, right at the moment, no. But within our collaboration, our relationship, of course, I'm going to come up with some ideas.
That would be great. I'm very open to feedback. I'm so curious to know whether people out here in this community think that we need to have other features on our products,
Right.
and what else could make it better, more usable, more accessible for people. I would love to hear about that.
Right. And I would encourage anybody listening or anybody, may listen to this later on again, reach out to them and give them some feedback on what you
Yeah,
think about their product. So
yeah.
this next one is kind of selfish, it sounds to me, but I'm going to ask it anyway. For those who are inspired by this interview, how can they best help Blind United through Anyday Cookware?
Well, all 5% of our sales are being donated to Blind United for all the sales tomorrow. And this is peak holiday time. So if you're out there, you're wondering what to get loved ones for the holidays, or what to get yourself, honestly, for the holidays, um, I would be honored if you checked out our website. It's cookanyday.com, and take a look at what we've got. We've got different shapes and sizes of bowls. We've got different sets in different permutations. We've got square and round. And we've also got accessories too. So the thing that I find to be great is to use your freezer more too. I think the microwave is probably number one most underutilized appliance in people's kitchens. Number two is the freezer, I believe. The freezer is just such an amazing way for people to cook ahead of time and then be able to store something in the freezer. I use it constantly, because that way I've just got these little, we sell these freezer tray accessories where you can cook food, you can put them in little trays, and little pucks, and then essentially just pop out the puck and then reheat in the microwave, and all of a sudden you've got like a perfect dinner for pasta and pasta with sauce or soup or all kinds of things. So check out those freezer tray accessories as well. And yeah, if you support us tomorrow, then 5% of those profits will be going to giving to Blind United.
Okay. Okay. Can you repeat the website one more time so I can post it in the comments, please?
Yeah. Cookanyday.com. COOKANYDAY. And on the website, while you're there, you can browse the recipes as well. Take a look at what we've got to offer. We can cook simple ingredients, can cook fuller recipes, but also every Anyday package comes with a little guidebook as well.
Okay. Just so people know as well, I did include the website in the description for this stream, as well as the postings that I did in Facebook. So the website is there, cookanyday.com.
Yeah, and spread the word. Spread the word. This is the kind of thing that um, people didn't know that they needed, and then once they use it, they're like, "How did I ever live without this thing?"
Steph, is there any message you'd like to share with the Blind United community and Coffee Time listeners?
I'm honored to be here, and I'm so excited to hear from so many of you that it has made a difference in your day-to-day life, and you've integrated it. You've been able to use it to cook and to store food and reheat food really easily, whether you're cooking for yourself or a loved one. That is incredible. And please continue to tell us those stories. We love to hear them. Please continue to share with your friends, and just honored to be here and honored to have the support of so many of you.
Well, all right. Well, you survived the gauntlet of questions, Steph.
That was fun. That was fun.
So, right quick, we're going to play a quick couple of our little ads that we do about us and then about another organization that we truly believe in. And then we'll come back and how about maybe if you have any questions for us about anything you would like to know about Blind United.
I
Okay.
would love to know a little bit more. Yeah. Is
Okay.
now a good time, or can I ask
We're
one
gonna
question?
we're gonna let Pedro play the little
Okay,
ads,
perfect.
and then we'll be right back on the other side.
Perfect.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Did you know that people in third world countries do not have access to canes? The You Can Give initiative gives canes to people all over the world who cannot get canes. The You Can Give initiative not only goes to these countries and gives people canes, but they give people canes and a digital recorder that is solar powered, that has instructions on how to use the cane and instructions on how to repair the cane. The You Can Give initiative is a very worthy cause, giving canes to blind people all over the world. If you have a cane that you're no longer using, or a cane that's broken or bent, you can go to youcangive.org and get a shipping label, and you can ship your cane to Jimmy in Tennessee, and he will refurbish it and give your cane to a blind person in a third world country. That website again is youcangive.org.
So, just so you know, Steph, Jimmy is a gentleman that also became blind a few years back and had to change his life around and went back to school to, go into a new career. But he used to, what wraps are that they put on cars and stuff like that. Race, like all your NASCAR cars, those are all wraps. They're not painted. They just like a decal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he started a side business because that's what he used to do before he lost his sight. He started a side business called customcane.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I
trying to
see that
earn
for
money
us.
while he was going through college, right? And then in his research while getting his master's in psychology, he found out that canes are not available everywhere around the planet. So a lot
Mm.
of third world countries, they can't even get a cane. So he
Oh,
started the You
wow.
Can Give. And now that he's graduated and all this stuff, so the custom cane now supports You Can Give. All the proceeds from custom cane go to You Can Give, as well as we support him as well. We collect canes all over the place.
Mm.
Different events we have or whatever, we collect people bring canes, and
Wow.
I box them up. I ship them to Jimmy, or maybe Jimmy is shipping them to me, and I'll help refurbish them.
Wow. That's
And
amazing.
then send them back to him, and then he goes around the planet. Africa, South America. He's been all over giving
Wow.
people canes and would not normally be able to get one. So that's just one of the things I really do try to support him and everything, because I don't know what I would do without my cane. So I,
That's
I,
amazing.
so, but
Um,
anyway, go ahead,
we
Pedro.
we do have a comment. Monica also wants to know, is there a way that maybe later in the future y'all will be able to label the bowls the size, or even maybe even put braille for those that may be blind and want to know the size of the bowls they're grabbing?
That's a great point. We actually just started labeling the bowls recently. So some of the bowls, it's sort of slowly filtering in through all of our inventory, but some of them are already labeled. On the bottom of the glass bowl, it will say like medium shallow or large deep or something like that. And it's not etched. What am I? It's pressed into the mold, so you'll be able to feel it.
Okay, okay.
So rather than sticking out, it's more recessed tactileness.
Actually, no, it is sticking out.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well,
So
then look.
some bowls already have that. Yeah.
Okay, you got anything else, Pedro?
No, that's all I got for now.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna turn it over to you, Steph. You can ask anything you'd like to know about Blind United.
I'm curious to hear more about the types of programs that you guys do.
So what we do, where we started at our mainstay, where we put in all of our work. I mean, doing the coffee time show, that's more fun.
Yep.
But we do a thing we call interest groups, and that's how we met Renee and Pedro and a few
Yeah.
others. So what we do is throughout the month, we do approximately maybe 20, 22, depending, it fluctuates a little bit, what we call interest groups. And they range everywhere from support groups all the way through technology groups. Pedro is our tech instructor. He does a lot of Mac and iPhone stuff. We got another gentleman that does JAWS, which is the screen readers and stuff we use. We're really
Mm.
getting into teaching AI and stuff right now.
Oh, wow.
And then as well as, I mean, we got hobby stuff like knitting, crocheting, crafting,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. Uh,
Cooking.
Cooking.
Cooking. Yeah.
Renee does a show with us every month. What's we call here
The cook
now
along,
looking
cooking without
blind
looking,
United
cook
cook.
along.
Yeah. And then we got another lady that comes on as well that sells adaptive cookware products. She's got the Blind Kitchen, Chef Deborah Erickson. So, I mean, we do a lot of different groups throughout the month. Some of these groups are once a month. Some of these groups are bi-weekly, and other groups are every week. So it keeps me pretty busy throughout the month.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Renee, I'm curious to hear more about your show as well.
Oh, well, basically, I started this. I used to work for CBS, and I wanted to have a show which featured a group of people that has not really been featured, and I don't think a, a lot of people knew about people who are blind or blindness or anything. But I wanted a fun way to do it and not sad. So when I started this, we just basically we were on PBS, and everybody on the show is blind or visually impaired. We've got a YouTube channel, Cooking Without Looking. I must say that after your show that we had, there was a young man who was totally blind, and he had just moved out of his family home, and he couldn't have all the delicious recipes that he was used to from his mom making them.
Mm,
So he was gifted some Anyday Cookware, and he made his first macaroni and cheese, and he was so
nice.
excited. He went online and he told everyone about it. So
Wow.
I just wanted to tell you that there's a lot
Wow.
of good that's being cooked up in Anyday Cookware.
That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to
Yeah.
hear.
One thing I want to add, Steph, also these interest groups that we're doing, all the training and stuff that we provide, it is totally 100% free to those that want to participate.
Wow.
We don't charge anybody for anything. We just want to be there and try to help people get past the barriers that they may be facing and using the assistive technology and stuff. And
Hmm.
just trying to make a safe environment where in a place where people can come and learn as well as you know be able to live their best life. You know what I'm saying? Move forward in their careers or whatever. So we just that's basically what we try to do. I think our motto is building bridges, closing gaps, and making connections.
Awesome. That's awesome. It seems like you guys are doing really, really important work.
Well, it's amazing. While I was sitting here listening to you, we actually got started about the same time.
Oh, that's
uh,
amazing.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, we just. I'm being honest. I got the idea for the interest groups from my church. My church
Oh,
does
very cool.
interest groups. Where they got groups. They go ride motorcycles or go bowling, go skating, go dancing, whatever the case may be, right? And I said, well, how could I take that and apply this to our community? And then this is what we got. And now here we are, 2, 3 years later. And man, we're just growing thanks to people like Renee. Renee has been a great ally for us.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you.
I mean, and plus everybody's volunteers. So, I mean, we're just all a community of blind people trying to do everything we can to help other blind folks, you know. So, but that's our goal, just trying
Absolutely.
to help people and move forward. I mean, eventually our main goal is to, uh, you're in California, Steph?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in San Bernardino, and
Oh, yeah.
we,
Yeah.
we literally do not have a training facility in San Bernardino in the Inland Empire. So that's our ultimate goal is to
I
create a training
see.
center out on this end.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, again, we got to do it brick by brick. We can't just,
Yeah.
and hopefully
Yeah.
it is going to be coming really, really. But also the beauty of today's technology and stuff like that,
Hmm.
we connect nationwide.
Hmm.
I mean, like with
Yeah.
Renee, she
That's right.
being back there in Georgia, and I mean, we got people all over the country that join into our interest groups, and man, they're loving it. I mean, of course, we're here in California, we're based in California, but the majority of our participants are not here in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Maybe my last question is, how can people support you guys, whether on Giving Tuesday or just generally?
Well, generally, I mean, we do have a website, www.blindunited.org. And within there, you can find the donation page, and there's a Stripe donation button there. Or, of course, Zelle and stuff like that. So again, I mean, we do a lot of fundraising and stuff. We have a lot of different events and stuff like that. Like we have a ugly sweater
Mhm.
tennis shoe party coming up in December the 28th. And, we bring the community together and, serve them a good meal, give them an opportunity to hang out and have fun. And, we'll give prizes out for the ugliest sweater or the best pair of tennis shoes and, stuff like that. Actually, we're going to do a raffle in that event where we're going to be raffling off a 65-inch TV. Also,
Wow.
the cookware set that you guys have given me,
Nice.
I'm adding that to the raffle, so they'll be able to get that set of cookware. And then the third prize in the raffle will be a Ring doorbell. So
Oh,
those are the main things
yeah.
you're doing. I'm being honest. Coffee Time has brought up a lot of attention to us, and
Oh, cool.
thankfully, so it has attracted people like yourself and others. So hopefully, we're
Mhm.
moving forward. We'll get a lot more support. Just to, how can I say this, Steph? It's hard because the majority of the people that participate there, our community is 70% or underemployed.
Oh,
So
wow.
the majority of our community, they're on a fixed income and they don't have a lot of money to give.
Yeah.
But they do, especially the ones that live here locally, they do come out and support our events.
Steph, I want to say something about your company and the people who work for you.
Mhm.
I've found that they were really wonderful, as I know you are. But everything they said they were going to do, they did. And also, I want to commend you on having such an open mind to directly market to people who are blind or visually impaired.
Mhm.
Once I send them some statistics, they were on board, and I just wanted to thank you for having that open mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you
I
for
want
saying
to
all of
thank you
that.
as well. I really do want to appreciate. I thank you and appreciate you as well because often our community is we're left behind. We don't often have a
Mm,
seat at the table where we can
mm,
people. I mean, your product is great, and I'm just going to throw one other one out here. Just how can I say this? We're a big thing for me and Pedro and us now in our community is these new Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
yeah.
They were not created for us. They were
Mm,
created for content creators, right?
hmm.
But with the inclusion of AI in those glasses, it has made it a tool for us to use. So now
That's
they're
amazing.
finding out, oh, blind people like these glasses too. you
Wow.
know so
Wow.
again, we didn't have a seat at the table. It was just a side
Right.
effect, but
Right.
oftentimes we really don't have a voice when it comes to
Mm,
stuff. I heard you mention earlier, about maybe other products like appliances or something down the road a little
yeah.
bit.
Hmm.
Please, 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 always make
Yeah.
sure that all of your appliances have speech in them, not as an afterthought. If you
Have what
put
in
the
them?
speech, a,
Speech. Oh,
a speech
mhm.
component to it, to where
Right.
it'll talk to us like the microwaves.
Right.
Our microwaves don't talk to us. The ones that we have to buy that do talk to us, they often cost $200-300 more
I
just
see.
because of the speech feature. But
Hmm.
again, how we can use it if it doesn't talk to us, right? We can't see the touch pads, right?
Yeah.
Or
Right.
we have to have an app that we can use on our phone,
Hmm.
you know.
Right.
So
That's a great point.
and that's I've been to DC several times, walking the halls of Congress, talking to them about different accessibility stuff like as an example, home medical devices, your blood glucose machines and stuff like that. Now, especially during COVID, they started passing out a lot of that stuff. We can't use it if it doesn't talk to us. How are people going to know how much insulin they need if they can't get the right measurement if the machine doesn't tell them, what
Right.
their blood sugar level is, right? So, this stuff is really important. And I understand because I used to be sighted. I haven't always been blind. I lost my vision to a motorcycle accident. But
Mm,
anyway, now that I am in this community, I've just become an advocate and trying to do everything I can. And I see, the gaps, right? Hence the motto, building bridges, closing gaps. We're trying to close those gaps. And once we close those gaps, now we've made a connection. And, just like hopefully today we made a connection with you and so on and so forth, we built a bridge. And I mean, people, cookware. I mean, again, it, it's so important for us. I mean, we got to eat too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Everyone does. Yeah.
and it's not always that easy for us, right? I mean, again, a lot of people are actually scared of the stove. They're scared of the flame and just so on and so forth. And I don't know, this is a great concept, being able to cook our stuff in the microwave. I don't know. You think I can do my chili in the microwave, Renee?
Definitely, you can.
I think so. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
We've got some chili recipes on our site.
Yeah, yeah. One comment. I have a comment from a commenter. They wanted to know if the cookware is able to be used on a stovetop stove.
It is not stovetop safe.
Okay,
No.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess one other thing I wanted to ask also, I was asked since we've been talking about doing this interview, it's also dishwasher safe?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely dishwasher safe. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. You got anything else you want to ask us, Steph?
I think that's all my questions for now.
Well, we're 4 minutes in for the end of this thing anyway. So again, I would like to encourage everybody listening in to please, if there's anybody on your Christmas list that you're planning on buying some cookware, or maybe want some cookware for, or just go look. I might find some nice gift in there that you didn't think about. Please go to cookanyday.com tomorrow, and please support Anyday Cookware as well as Blind United, and make your purchases tomorrow on Giving Tuesday. We would really appreciate it. I know Steph and Anyday Cookware would appreciate it. So on that note, Pedro, Miss Renee, you guys got anything you want to close with?
Yeah.
No.
Well, just for our viewers, if you ever wanted to donate and get something back, like from a purchase, tomorrow will be the great time. The holiday season is upon us. Christmas is coming in a few weeks, and if you have a blind person or a low vision individual in mind, go to cookanyday.com and help support us on this Giving Tuesday. And I want to give thanks to you, Steph, for coming on, and thank you to your company and your staff and board members for helping us and supporting us for this Giving Tuesday coming up.
We're honored to be here.
Steph, again, we really, truly do appreciate you, and we look forward to hopefully working with you even more in the future. And again, I can't thank you enough. I really can't. You've stepped up at a time that we really need you, and I really appreciate it. You're gonna help us do a lot of good stuff within our interest groups and Blind United as an organization as a whole. So again, I truly do appreciate you.
Awesome. We appreciate you guys too. Thank you again for having me.
All right. Well, you're welcome back anytime. Anytime you got some new products or something you want to come out and let us know about, just reach out to me and let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely bring you on, and you can come on and tell us all about what you got new.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much, Ed. Thank
all
you,
right.
Renee, too.
So on behalf of Blind United, again, I thank you, Steph, and for the rest of us, don't forget tomorrow, Giving Tuesday. Go to cookanyday.com and help us out. And on that note, we will talk to you folks tomorrow. Have a blessed day.